Grandmas are just brutally honest. Like whether you like it or not, they'll say it.
Unsolicited compliments. That's what we have an issue with.
Exactly. Why is there so much focus on women's bodies all the time? You've just been added to the Bloom chat.
I'm Hameda, your brutally honest bestie.
And I'm Sohan, and I will soften the blow for you.
So if you've got any problems that you feel uncomfortable chatting with your actual group chat with, or maybe you just don't have a group chat, that's what this space is. We're creating that safe zone for you to tell us your problems.
The sealed section.
Subject line. Help. I don't know how to navigate backhanded compliments about my weight loss. I'm a 21-year-old female and have lost a lot of weight. I feel great and I've got a great deal more to go. But people are treating me differently. I'm getting a lot more compliments than I ever did when I was at my heaviest. I get more male attention, people smile at me more, etc., which is great, but there have been a lot of backhanded compliments. I kind of realized I was unhappy with this when my grandma said to me the other day that she wasn't sure how to say it, but I look much prettier these days. I guess what I'm asking is, what's the best way to react to comments like these? It's not like I disagree, but it kind of hurts because it makes me think they thought that I was ugly before.
Wow, so true, bestie.
Yeah.
Look, it's a tricky one because it's like you have your feelings about it, but how do you actually respond? Because most of the time it's well-intentioned. You don't want to like be rude about it.
It does kind of also validate the weight loss, but that's like a double-edged sword because it'll kind of keep you going, and that could lead to a slippery slope into an eating disorder. So what's your relationship like with your body and, you know, your body size?
My relationship with it has like been kind of crap when I was young. Now I'm just trying to like disengage from everything and just focus on body neutrality, where it's not like body positivity, because sometimes you don't feel positive about your body and that's fine. But it's more just like looking at it as a functional thing that is literally carrying me through the world.
Yeah.
So I do find it difficult when there's comments about it, whether it's positive or negative, because then I feel like I'm being perceived.
Yes.
And I'm like, I don't want to be perceived in this way.
I have had a really bad relationship with food since I was little. Primary school age, diets were introduced to my life. So I kind of immediately developed an eating disorder because obviously what child is thinking about their weight, shouldn't be a thing.
Exactly.
So I've literally gone through restrictive eating, binge eating, like I've lost 30 kilos and then gained that back. And like, that's like kind of the spectrum of like weight loss. So I definitely have had those compliments.
What like backhanded compliments did you get, and how did you respond?
I think it hurts most when it comes from people like your family. If my dad would be like, if I get really big, he'll be like, you know what, like walking's really good. Like you should try walk. Like stuff.
Can you
like
try walking?
Yeah. And I'm like, okay. For me, I'm like, don't say it to me, because it does offer me that boost of validation, which is like serotonin, and it sends me back into restrictive eating.
Yes. I feel like it sets me up for failure. Like even when it's a compliment or like when it's not, it's like, oh, now this is the standard. And like, if you're not there, you're not going to get the compliments. So yeah, I actually hate it all. God, it actually just enrages me because like, am I going up to people and being like, so like, are you being organized this week? Like, do you write everything down on a piece of paper? Do you have a to-do list? Like, no one does that. But when it comes to like, especially the conversation about big bodies, people are like, oh, it's a health issue. Like, therefore it's my business. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, no, it's not your business. It's not your body. Like, mind your own business, please.
Yeah. And not to mention, there are quite a lot of people who are bigger who are probably eating healthier than people who are stick thin.
Exactly.
So you don't know what's going on with someone's body unless you know the situation. Even then, just don't.
Because you don't know what someone's going through. What the DMer was asking was like, how do you respond?
Yes.
I think what I tend to go into is, instead of talking about like weight loss, I talk about how much stronger I feel instead. That's if I'm in a good mood. If I'm not in a good mood, I just try and like end the conversation as soon as possible.
But when you realize that just by telling someone, hey, what you said didn't make me feel good and this is why, most of the time they'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't like mean it that way.
Yeah. I think that works with like our generation of people. I don't think it works with family.
Well, I've been doing that. So this is my strategy now when I get these comments from my parents. Like if they say like someone's filling out, like my nephew's filling out, or like they'll make these comments that are like not necessarily insults, but obviously this kid can hear you saying it and they're going to be conscious the next time they're eating. And I know because that's what happened to me. So now I will say, don't say that in front of him. If you want to comment on their weight, like because you're genuinely concerned, then talk to the parent away from the kids so that they don't absorb that. And whenever they say anything like that about me, I also say, well, now they know not to comment on my weight.
That's good. That's really good. I feel like sometimes in my experience, like no matter how many times you try and communicate, like they just don't get it.
No.
That's like, I think why I feel like it's got to be on you to like be able to deal with it.
Yeah, knowing their limitations, like learning their limitations and knowing that's not on you. That's just that they literally cannot take that out of their brain.
And being able to like let the comment fly over your head and not like hit you in the heart, it's really hard. But the more you try, the more like it easier it gets.
Absolutely. If you do really want to compliment someone because they look fabulous and just happen to have lost weight since you last saw them, a rule of thumb is to not compare them to their past self, because that self was still them. They're still that gorgeous human.
And maybe if you really need to go into it, like think about what it is that you're complimenting them. Like, are they glowing today? Does their skin look great? Is their outfit fantastic? Like, are they just good vibes today? Like, it doesn't have to be about their body all the time. This is like the issue I have with like society is like, why is there so much focus on women's bodies all the time?
Red flag, green flag.
We're introducing an anonymous person to the chat that we found on Reddit.
Yes.
So this is an interesting story because it's kind of flipping everything on its head from what we've talked about so far. There has been a pretty prevalent push, at least online, where I've read comments from people complimenting a person's weight loss and then replies giving them shit because what if that person is sick? What if this? What if that? I'm firmly in the camp that I'm happy to hear compliments or comments on my weight loss or how good, thin, skinny, fit I look. If I've been working my ass off to get in shape, it makes my whole life to hear a friend or family member who I haven't seen in a while say something positive about it. I am a person who likes and appreciates the external validation, and it's fucking annoying that the social norm corrections train is rolling through Complimentsville. All right, creative writing, let's go. Complimenting someone's fitness and weight should not be a taboo when obesity has become so normalized in society.
Oh my God, what?
I'm all for keeping weight compliments around and not shaming them out of existence. Have you lost weight? You look fantastic. Shouldn't be met with, you can't say that. I earnestly believe that only people mad about it probably haven't stepped on a scale lately or are a part of the Hayes fallacy. I don't know what that is. Haes. And believe being overweight and obese is normal and not damaging to your health. Bring back skinny compliments.
Oof. Wow.
I understand the whole thing, like where some people want that validation, they want the compliments, and they feel, but there are a few things in this thread that are really like red flagging to me, right?
100%.
Complimenting someone's fitness should not be taboo when obesity has become so normalized in society. First of all, that's not what's happening.
No, that's absolutely not what's happening. What really stuck out to me as a red flag was that it would make their whole life, like these compliments, make their whole life. That's their existence, Sohan.
Yeah, they're putting a lot of value on their own weight loss.
Which to me screams internalized fat phobia.
Oh, wait, there's an edit.
Oh, okay. Part 2.
Okay, I'll address a few things. My opinion hasn't changed on this. I read all the comments so far and everyone has valid reasons to dislike or like comments on their body. I probably am fat phobic, as a commenter pointed out. But most anyone losing weight probably is a little deep down, because otherwise they wouldn't strive for change because they know and feel physically the negative effects of excess fat. It's not always about that, though.
No.
It's not always about that. Many of you tried to take shots at how there must be something wrong with me because I, like many other people on this planet, like the praise of recognition and validation for weight loss. This person seems really mad. Like they're doubling down and they're mad about it.
Yeah, they're really mad.
Okay, lastly, and the most hilarious part of it all, I think some of the meanness from commenters, they're being mean now, may be coming from a wayward idea that I'm fit and desperate for attention because of it. Lol, well, at the moment, I'm probably a good 40 pounds overweight and trying to get back to the fit and smaller body I loved. This person is going through it.
Oh, this person was skinny and became bigger and obviously faced what life is like as a fat person. And is like,
I should be complimented when I'm skinny.
Because it's like, they're like, oh wow, skinny is so good. Everyone compliments you when you're skinny. Skinny is like the ideal situation. Let me get back to that.
I think we've just got confirmation that this person is going through it, definitely has their own things, and is projecting onto everyone else's empathy for others. Yeah. Like, let people be nice. It's okay.
And I feel like there's nothing wrong with, if you do get that validation, with saying, hey guys, I lost this much weight. I feel so good. And then inviting those compliments in. Unsolicited compliments, that's what we have an issue with.
Exactly. Red flag. And the red flag is this person needs to just
Work on themselves
a little bit, go to therapy and try and find value in themselves beyond their body.
Help me, Hameda.
Tell me and the OP, like, how do you respond to unsolicited backhanded compliments about your weight loss?
First of all, show yourself grace. You have done really well in understanding that these compliments aren't the best thing for you and that you've, picked that up immediately. As long as you're happy when you look at yourself in the mirror, you feel good. That's kind of what matters. And you've just got to kind of let them roll off your back, or do what I do and face it head on and just tell them straight up, don't say that to me. Thanks.
Or start talking about the weather.
Or do that if that works. Whatever you feel comfortable doing is what you should be doing, as long as you're not harming other people. The number one thing is that you're happy with how you're facing it and what happens afterwards. So if you've got an issue that you want to chat about, maybe get us to give you a bit of advice on it or find out what's going on, just send us an anonymous email to bloom@buzzfeed.com.